understand that a lot of you have seen what we've put out so far, but just wanted to take this opportunity to come and give you a little bit of an update of where we're at on this. Not a lot to add to it, but wanted to give you the opportunity to ask any questions you might have also. So as you know, approximately 21 hours ago, a little before 6 o'clock, we had a mass shooting at a child's birthday party here in Stockton, in the county region of Stockton. Our units responded and found approximately 15 victims of gunshot wounds at this party, and unfortunately 4 of those 15 are deceased now. As we put out, the ages are from 8, 9, 14, and 21 in this horrific shooting that occurred. We have been actively investigating this, obviously, from the moment it happened. We've had our team on the scene processing it for the past 21 hours, and while that was going on, we were actively following up all the leads that we have, looking for witness statements, asking anyone to give us any video that they might have of this incident, and following every lead that we have at this time. I am confident in our team and with the work that we have done so far, that we will find these animals that did this and bring them to justice. But we still need the public's help on this. We need everyone who has any information on this to reach out to us. This is the time for our community to show that we will not put up with this type of behavior where people will just walk in and kill children. We all know that there are people out there that are violent and commit violent crimes, but these animals walked in and shot children at a children's birthday party. And none of us should stand for that. And so if you know anything about this, you have to come forward and tell us what you know. If not, you just become complacent and think this is acceptable behavior. Any little bit that you can get us will help us. And so we are diligently following up everything that we have so far. So please continue to give us more information, and we will follow every single lead and be very detail-oriented so that the moment that we have these subjects in custody, we will be able to hold them accountable, and our DA will be able to charge them and make sure that they will never be able to do this again to anyone else. So at this time, I'll take some questions.
Sheriff, 2 things. The mayor told us this morning that this was actually a gang-related, targeted hit. And also, I'd like to know the 5 people that were arrested about 10:30 last night, how does that fit into the shooting that happened?
Well, the 5 people that were arrested, that was done by Stockton Police Department, so you'll have to follow up with them on that. As far as the mayor's comments, I'm sure she was well-intentioned on that, but at this time our investigation, as you know, is very early on. So we are not going to say one thing or specifically another thing until we've gone through all our evidence and know exactly that we're giving you exactly the facts of what occurred there. So we're not going to make a statement like that. We're going to say that we're confident that this was not a random act. They walked into this area and was probably looking for somebody in particular. Why they did that, what they're part of, who they are, we don't know. But this was not somebody who was unacquainted with them. We don't believe it was not something where the rest of the public has to fear. This wasn't just some terrorist type attack where they walked in and just wanted to kill people. So we're not gonna say whether it's gang related or not until we have all the facts in front of us.
Sheriff, do you think there was one or more shooters at this point, from what you've heard?
You know, we believe from what we've gathered so far that there appears to be multiple shooters. But once again, we've gathered all the evidence, we're processing it, and then detectives will continue to investigate, and it'll take a little while, because as we gather the evidence, we'll find out whether there was one gun or multiple guns, or if we look at videos or we get statements from people if there was one shooter or multiple shooters. So once again, we're gonna be very diligent before we say definitively what there was.
Sheriff, earlier today we did see a tow truck taking away a black Kia. Is that part of the evidence, sir?
I'm unaware of that, but it wouldn't surprise me. There were multiple cars I was told that had been towed. We did see some that had bullet holes in it and things like that. So once again, being very detailed, not knowing how they fit into this puzzle, we're gonna tow them, store them for evidence and storage, and then process those vehicles till we can understand how they fit into this
And
puzzle.
one more question, Sheriff. At one point of this investigation, would our authorities going to be releasing any photos of suspects or at least vehicles of interest? Any information so the public can help out?
You know, that will be up to our detectives. If they need that help from the public, then they will do that. But if they don't, or if they don't have that type of information at this time, then we won't be able to do that. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Sheriff, how's the family doing? I'm sure you talked to them and
You know, I have not got to speak with the families. We have our grief counselors and throughout the county that are helping the best that we can. I just personally drove in here 8.5 hours from being with my family for Thanksgiving in Oregon, and so I put down my grandbabies to come hump down these animals who took somebody else's babies away from them. So I haven't been able to meet with all the families, but I understand that there's been so much community outreach to them that they're being well cared for, from what I hear.
Do we know the condition of the other victims taken? We were told from one of our reporters at the scene that an owner of the building from near the banquet hall that firearms were taken. They were found on the roof of his building. Can you confirm that?
You know, I understand that there were some firearms found on the roof of the building, but whether they're related to this crime or not, we do not know. I don't know how many, if there were multiple or one. So we're just, again, waiting to see how they fit in, if they do, to this crime.
Do we know the condition of the victims?
I'm sorry?
Do we know the condition of the victims in the hospital?
You know, the only thing I know is that I know at least one is critical, and the status on all the other victims, I'm not sure. I have not heard.
And of the 4 deceased victims, do we know, did they live in Stockton? Were they visiting from out of town?
I do not have that answer. I'm sorry at this time.
Sheriff, did the shooting happen indoors or outdoors or both?
You know, it appears so far that it happened both. It appears that it started indoors and then worked its way outdoors.
Are the victims related?
You know, I don't know that. I don't know. I just know that it was a family birthday party, so I assume, like all of our family birthday parties, that friends and family and everybody comes together, and then this happens.
Sheriff, do you feel you're close to putting out some kind of description?
You know, I don't know if we're going to need to do that, or if we're going to do that. Once again, they just wrapped up at the scene, and we're still going through all the evidence that we have. So sometimes in crimes, you identify suspects, and you don't have to put out a description or anything because you identified who they are. And other times, maybe we get video and we're not sure who they are, and then we'll put something out like that. So we're just going to see how it develops. And if we need that help, then we'll come back to you guys and ask you to help us with that.
Sheriff, again, your plea to the community, people who may have information out there about this.
I'm sorry, one more time?
Again, your plea to the community, people who may have information.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so important here. We need everyone to continue to reach out to us, even if you think it's something that contradicts what you see online or something like that. There's so much misinformation out there. Please, if you saw something, if you videotaped something, even if you think it's minor, reach out to us. Let us know. Call our office and let us take that piece of the puzzle and see if it's part of this or not. We'd much rather get a call from you that's not related than miss something that we absolutely need.
Sheriff, there's so many rumors out there. Will you confirm that at this point, no arrests, no one in custody?
We do not have anyone in custody at this time with charges or anything like that regarding this crime.
Sheriff, what type of weapon was used in the shooting?
All I know is that the firearms were used. I'm unaware whether we obviously haven't had time to do ballistics and all that type, whether they are handguns or rifles or anything like that.
Do you know how many rounds were fired?
We don't know if we've recovered the weapon or not yet. We still have to tie this into what we've got.
Sheriff, first and last name for the people that know that send me this case?
My name is Patrick Withrow, Withrow, and I'm sheriff here of San Joaquin County. All right, you all. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, thank you.
So you just heard the sheriff speak here at the press conference. We do want to say that we know that
just as cold as mine.